Today, while your classmates are independently reading their passage and using their close reading symbols, we're going to do that together. So I'm going to read the passage. I want you guys paying attention, following along, and then we're going to mark up our text. We're going to find important facts about hot air balloons. We're going to find words that are important. We're going to have things that we have questions about. We're going to find things that are interesting, and we're going to put an exclamation point there. Then we're going to put a C if we have any connections to things that we've read, saw, or experienced in our life. And then we're going to put a heart if there was something that was our favorite. Okay? So today we're going to read our passage, Hot Air Balloon History. I'm going to read it, and you're going to follow along. So if we can please get our finger on our first word, so we're ready to follow along as the teacher reads. Here we go. Hot air balloon history. Have you ever seen a hot air balloon? They move slowly in the air. They are very colorful and very large. A basket hangs below the balloon and carries people in it. Did you know that people were not the first passengers to ride in a hot air balloon? It was 230 years ago that the first balloon went into the air. A sheep, duck, and rooster were the only ones in the hot air balloon. It stayed in the air for 15 minutes before coming back down. 2 months later, it was time for the first person to take a ride. Imagine how scary it would be to be one of the first people to ride in that basket above the ground. Have you ever wondered how a hot air balloon flies in the air? If you see one, listen for a whooshing noise. That is from the pilot pulling on a rope and letting fire come out of a hose. This fire heats the air inside the balloon. When the hot air fills it, the balloon rises up from the ground. That is because hot air weighs less than cold air. It takes a lot of hot air to pick the balloon off the ground. That is why the balloons are so big. Now, hot air balloons are very popular. They are still flown by heating the air with fire. Hot air ballooning is so popular that there are festivals for it all around the world. These festivals show off the different styles and colors of balloons. Not all of the balloons have the same shape though. Some even look like famous cartoon animals. As long as there is a big, round, open piece of fabric that can be filled with hot air, a pilot can make a hot air balloon. Okay, now that we have read and followed along on our passage, the hot air balloon history, we are going to be annotating our text. Okay, so now, what were some important details or facts we saw in our passage? Omar, what was an important fact or detail you learned?
Right. Now, hot air balloons are still famous.
Right, so it's like that they're famous. Now hot air balloons are very popular, okay? Let's underline this, and let's put a star here because that is an important fact or detail. Hot air balloons are something that are popular. Okay. Let's underline it and star it. So we're right here. Now hot air balloons are very popular. Let's underline it and we're gonna star it. Let's get focused, please. Okay. Was there any important words? Were there any important words in our passage? What were some important words that we might need to know what they are?
I think it's from right here.
What did that say right there?
200, I'm at 20, I don't know what.
230 years?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's important. So let's circle 230 years. That is probably something important in our text. Okay. What about passengers? Look in our text where we have this word already underlined. The author underlined it for us. Same, let's look at our word passengers. Do you guys think passengers is an important word that we need to talk about and know what it means?
Yes. Yes.
Yes? Okay, so let's circle our word passengers.
Wait, what's
So let's get our important word circled. We're circling passengers. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything we had a question about? Is there something we didn't understand? Did you have any questions about something that you read? No questions?
I think it's have you ever seen a hot air balloon?
Have you ever seen a hot air balloon?